Hello, my Virgo friends. This is the Sun Woman. Thanks so much for joining me this month for your monthly Holistic Tarot reading. This is the month of September through September 19th, which is the new moon in Virgo, through to October 19th. So we're talking about that month cycle of the moon. Excuse me. The new moon cycle is a cycle of beginnings, and when the sun is conjunct the moon, you're going to find a burst of energy and initiative in whichever area that the new moon falls. It's an excellent time for making a fresh start, for turning over a new leaf, for starting a new project, so that as the moon grows over those 28 days cycle, you should see some manifestation. You should see some movement toward whatever that goal is that you set. Okay, so you put your plans in action around within the first 2 weeks of the new moon, and plant those seeds and watch those seeds grow. Okay, so for the Virgos who are watching today, this new moon is your personal new moon. It's your, every sign has a new moon, and this is your new moon birthday present from the universe. You're sharing September with September Libras as well, but this particular new moon is still in Virgo, so this is all yours. So for this new moon cycle, this 28-day cycle, what I'm feeling is that a lot of my Virgos are going to be releasing and reinventing. Okay? So the releasing part is coming from letting go of things, people, situations, connection to the outcome of situations, and kind of refocusing on your personal self, on who you are, on your personal goals, kind of recreating. This is really a period of rebirth, I feel, for my Virgos, because a lot of you are going to be letting go of things that no longer serve your journey, your spiritual journey, your path, and things that you may have been holding on to. You're going to find that there is closure there. Things are going to come to closure. You're going to find that things that you don't need any longer are going to be released from your life, whether you want to try and hold on to those things or not. Okay? So we have the Universal Tarot that I'm using here today, along with the Oracle card from a brand new deck that I have, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And I'm going to start with the Oracle card because the card that came up for you, Virgos, is release. And I laid that out after all the other cards. But we do have here in your reading the Six of Swords, the Death card, the Ace of Swords reversed, the Lovers reversed. So I do feel that this month period is going to find you rethinking, reevaluating relationships, perhaps one relationship in particular, perhaps a significant other, a marital partner, a long-term relationship. Some of you will be making a decision to move on or to move away from drama that you've been experiencing in reference to this relationship. You're working very hard, and you've been diligently putting in the work, putting in the time, putting in all the effort to all the areas of your life. And I do feel that many of you Virgos have reached a pinnacle in your life, a pinnacle of success, of respectability. You're here as the Knight of Pentacles coming into this month, this new moon cycle. So, again, diligently working, making money, building a strong foundation, and then, it evolves into the Queen of Wands here, which can be a fire energy, but for me, I feel that this Queen of Wands energy is an evolution of you. When you reach a certain pinnacle, of success. That Queen of Wands energy is there, where Queen of Wands are usually very successful at business. They're very managerial, CEO type. Now we're talking about male or female, so this is just energies that we're talking about, okay? So I do feel an evolution of Knight of Pentacles to Queen of Wands. You could be starting a new career path. You could be moving into a new career position. Some of you with the Six of Swords here may decide that you want to travel. So there may be some travel coming up in reference to a work project or in reference to some kind of training situation. So I think that you're coming into this cycle with a certain amount of success and focus very much on practical goals, okay, on your money, on your reputation, on wielding a certain amount of power, very much on how you're seen by the rest of the world. So your reputation in the public is going to be very important to you. But as the cycle goes by, as say the first week to 10 days of the next 30 days passes, I do feel that some of you are going to be, as I said, reevaluating some situations in your life where you may decide that it's time to move on, that you're no longer invested, okay? And the Six of Swords can indicate improvements, meaning moving on to what you want or what you need, but it also can signify moving away from what you no longer need or what's no longer important or what no longer fulfills you. With the Nine of Wands here at the base of the deck, the Nine of Wands to me talks about not wanting to fight anymore, okay? Kind of releasing stress. Having been so focused on defending yourself, your position, defending what's yours, that you get to a point where the stress related to that fight is so strong that you don't have the energy anymore, kind of a giving up type of energy. So with the Nine of Wands there, the release card, and as we're moving into the middle of that cycle, you have the Hermit, the Death card, and the Chariot. Now, this is very powerful for you, Virgos, because you have three major arcana here talking about the middle of that new moon cycle. So what we're talking about is, say, the midpoint in October, okay? I see you pulling within. There may be a decision, as I said, to stop fighting for something that you just don't have the strength anymore, that you want to move away from what's causing you difficulty. And so there's a pulling within yourself. And that is where this massive change is going to be taking place within you, because I see you as saying, okay, well, I'm only going to worry about what I can control. I can't control other people. I can't control situations that are out of my control. The only thing I can do is focus on me and focus on improving me, finding my happiness, finding my bliss, determining what those things mean to me. What is my happiness? What is bliss to me? What's going to make me happy in the long term? Is it a relationship? Is it improving my skills, my knowledge? Is it traveling? Is it moving on? Is it going back to the past? Seeing people that I haven't seen for a long time? It's something that there is going to be a bit of a light bulb going off in your head, okay? And then from that point comes the catalyst for a change. The Death card is here, and the Death card is coming up in the center of the reading, so which gives it even more strength and significance. Now, for me, the Death card is talking about transformation. It's talking about change. With it at the very center of the reading, it's like that pivot point between the past and the future. Okay, so at this point making this decision that you need to focus on yourself, your own goals, your own personal growth, finding meaning. What does life mean to you? Why are you here? All of those questions. What is my reason for being? And then from there, that change begins. Okay? And for many of you, I do feel that change is going to have a very significant effect on your personal relationships, your family situation, your friendships. Some of you may be leaving a long-term relationship, a marriage. Some of you may decide that it's over, and that you need to now look toward the future, toward creating a new life without this other significant person in your life. Some of you, I feel, on this death card in the Universal Tarot, we have the Pope here, and he's the Hierophant, okay? And the Hierophant, as we know, represents structure and institutions and socially acceptable, mores and socially acceptable institutions in our life, whether it's the church, whether it's marriage, whether it is education, the family. All of these things fall under the edict of the Hierophant. So here is the death card riding in and confronting these institutions in your life. So they're through the self-realization and through the self-discernment that you're going to be doing, you may now begin to confront those structures in your life and decide which ones are going to stay and which ones need to go. Okay? There's a king lying on the ground here in this death card. This king, could represent someone who has been a partner or a strong influence in your life, and with him showing up as incapacitated here in the card, it could be that person is now leaving your life. All right. I don't feel that the tarot can predict physical death. There would have to be many different aspects that would come together to really say that this is something that's strongly going to happen. But symbolically, this could be the release again of someone very significant in your life. Okay? A drastic change in your family situation, a drastic change in your religious beliefs, a drastic change in your marriage. Okay? Now, moving on from the mid part of October, the following result of this transformation is the Chariot reversed. So for a little while, things may be upside down. Okay? The Chariot talks about control and victory and mastery over your life, balancing opposing energies, balancing opposing views, balancing powerful emotional situations, rising above difficulties. Okay? With the Chariot reverse, though, there may be a period of time after this initial change is set in motion that things are going to be a little haywire. That's the word that comes to me. Something going haywire, something going off the rails. Okay? And the reason for that is the need for now you to throw all of the cards up in the air and to figure out where they are going to fall. Okay? So throwing, you may come to a point with this Nine of Wands that you are so tired of fighting that you're just going to say, you know what? let's see what happens if I just decide that I'm going to walk away, or that I just decide that I'm no longer going to engage in what's not working for me, or with someone who's not working with me in a partnership, okay, or in a as a team, okay? So there may be some emotional scenes, there may be some arguments, there may be, there may be some drama, I'm just going to put it out like that, while things are trying to settle. Now, be careful, my Virgos, that if you are caught up in some emotional situations, that you don't lose control, that you don't say things that you can never take back, okay? That you don't, fly out the house and jump in your car and speed off and have an accident, okay? Or, something happens because you're distracted by the scene that's just taken place, or you're so much in your head, or you're so upset or stressed out that something happens that's not, that can't be changed or can't be fixed, okay? Be very careful about your actions, and not running off, or letting yourself lose control. Okay, so the cards. I'm just putting a little more light here. The tarot gives us predictions on the energy that is there, so that we know what to look for, or we know what to prevent. None of these things are written in stone, but these are weather forecasts, so to speak, about the energies that are coming up in our lives, okay? So forewarned is forearmed. That's what I believe. Now, as we go toward the end of the cycle, one thing that I did want to also say here, on the release card you have a full moon. I'm not sure if you can see it there. I just love these beautiful cards, it's Victorian artwork. The full moon is here. Now, the full moon in October is going to be October 5th, okay? Full moon in Libra. Libra and Aries. So there may be some kind of revelation or information that comes to light, or information that was being kept as a secret, or that you didn't know, or that you weren't aware of, that may come to light around the time of the full moon on October 5th, okay? And this could be related to finances. It could be something you could learn that, someone has been manipulating money, or that, there has been something that you were not aware of on a financial level, that could have a significant impact on you, your partnership, your work, your business situation. And so I do feel that whatever comes around that period, October 5th, is going to, it's going to significantly add to this transformation that you're going through. And this, I keep wanting to say self-discernment, but self-evaluation, okay? Going inside. I feel that you're going to be getting information. That information's going to sit with you in a way that you're saying, well, I wasn't aware of this. Now what do I do? Okay? And from that point, the light bulb goes off and these changes start to come through. Okay? Keep in mind, though, the bottom line here for you, Virgo, is that whatever ends, whatever you release, whatever happens this month is going to be for your best interest, okay? In your best interest, to take away things that are not for you anymore, okay? And to set you out on a path for what is true and authentic. We all need to move toward an authentic life. And if there are things in your life that are preventing you from living authentically, we have to release those things, okay? To have the most satisfaction in our lives. Now, toward the end of this cycle, and we're talking about, say, the 10 days or the week before October 19th, the end of that new moon cycle, you have the Three of Pentacles here, you have the Lovers reversed, and you have the Ace of Swords reversed. I'm going to pull a card here just to see what's going on with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. Again, talking about releasing situations. Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so yes, very much, again, very much during this last week of the new moon cycle, I feel that, number one, there could be a new work situation that comes through for you that's kind of empowering, or you getting involved in a new work project. There also could be a decision that, all right, this may not work out between us, but we still have to work together for whatever reason that may be. Maybe you have a family together, maybe you have children, maybe you own property, maybe you have a business together, okay? So there is still a need, even though the Lovers is reversed here, which can talk about estrangement, separation, divorce, breakups, dissatisfaction in a relationship, changes, with the Death card here, changes that may upend a relationship. There is still a need for working together with someone. And so it's going to be a kind of a balancing act that you're going to need to do, coming out of the Chariot, going into the Three of Pentacles, to, okay, we've put everything on the table, we've talked it out, we've cried it out, we've argued it out, we are in agreement that everything is upside down. Now where do we go from here? How do we move forward from here? Okay? And so I feel that there is going to be some kind of unity and decision making towards still being able to work together. I'm also feeling the impression that some of you may decide to get counseling or to go into counseling. So this could be a relationship therapist, a relationship counselor. It could be a religious leader, or religious counselor, a priest, a rabbi, a shaman, who, whatever your religious beliefs are, to come in and try to help mediate the situation between you and someone else. But for me, the feeling here, and again, I pulled 3 cards here on the Ace of Swords. I'll show you those cards. The Ace of Swords clarified by the Four of Swords reverse and the Seven of Cups reverse, with the Ace of Swords reverse, tells me that this may be a situation, I'm sorry about the glare, that it's better to cut and move on. Okay? Because I just don't see an effort. I don't see a strong enough effort being made to try to renew a situation or keep it together. I feel that you're going to find that there's been too much water under the bridge, or too much has happened, that you may not be able to salvage a situation. And again, that it's time to release. The Nine of Wands says it's time to stop fighting something that's no longer for you. And also with the Seven of Cups reversed, for me, that talks about really coming to an understanding of what is truth and what's illusion in your life. So it is that aha moment. It's that what I thought I had was not really what it was. Okay, what I maybe thought was truth or was going to last really was based on uncertainty, and perhaps some illusion. Okay, so again, I feel that this is a very pivotal month for Virgos. And as I said, many of you are going to be making life-changing decisions here. And, the Death card is here, which there's no question that there is going to be some major change. An ending, a new beginning. I feel that the ending is external. The new beginning is internal. Okay? And it's going to be based on a lot of self-reflection, getting you to this point of kind of letting go and letting God, or letting go and letting the universe take over from here. All right, my Virgos. And astrological signs that could be significant: Earth signs, Virgo, which you are, perhaps Taurus, Capricorn, perhaps fire, again, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And again, Virgo, I really feel that this is you, the Knight of Pentacles, because you are touched by your card, the Virgo card, the Hermit. Scorpio is here, represented by the Death card. Cancer is here, represented by the Chariot, and Gemini by the Lovers. So those signs may be significant. The main suit we have here, let's see, swords, 1, 2, 3 swords, pentacles, 1, 2, 2 pentacles, and so swords are the main suit here, which talks about change, sometimes difficult change, things that through stress or pressure or even loss or sadness force us to have to move on to something else, something that is for us, and to have faith in that. Okay? All right, my dear Virgos, I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy. And I will check in again with you next month in October. Until then, I wish you and I bid you Namaste.